Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise, and it's Tuesday, spooky day before Halloween. So we're gonna have fun today. Say it, Dustin. There you go. Anyway, we are going to have some fun today because we're gonna go out of my wheelhouse. I don't like to do scary stuff. It scares me.
It's so scary.
No,
so
it's
scary.
It scares me. So I don't usually do scary stuff. I like to do happy stuff. But today we're gonna do something scary. And we'll do it with suggestions. I kind of had an idea. I wanted to do animal-based scary. I was thinking about like this bloody hyena, in the carcass with the eyes glowing back and all that. But,
Yeah, but I think,
maybe that's not ghoulish enough.
Yeah, I think we should let the audience decide on what they want us to do.
All right.
Unless if it's like if we get a whole bunch of like robot lions, then we'd just be like, okay, the hyena.
Yeah. No robot lions. No robot zombies. No robot anything.
Maybe a zombie lion.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, a zombie lion's kind of a cool idea. But anyway, so we're going to do that today. And I want to remind you, today is the last day for the pre-orders for Ronnie Williford's painting or plein air painting course. It's 45% off. So if you want to get that discount, then go over to creatureartteacher.com and snatch it up because it goes on sale full price tomorrow. And we already got from YouTube a zombie bear.
Yep, somebody else requested that here on Facebook.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. And so Ronnie Williford, plein air painting, both in watercolor and oil. It's over 10 hours of material. It's really great. And I'm a huge advocate for a lot of, especially the younger viewers that really just focus on digital painting. I'm a huge advocate for spreading, widening your horizons and get out there and use some traditional media. Trust me, it will affect the way you paint digitally and improve it. I go back and forth all the time because they affect each other and each one improves the other. I'm actually a much better traditional painter now because of the stuff that I've done digitally, and the digital work that I do is because of my 30 years as a traditional painter. So there you go. So that's that. And then we've got this Halloween sale going on that's going to be going all the way through the end of the day tomorrow. So
Happy Halloween.
I think did I cover everything, Nick? I think I covered everything.
I think covered everything.
Let me know if I missed something, Nick. But remember, go over to creatureartteacher.com and get all that stuff.
Somebody recommends over there a zombie panda.
I see a zombie panda on Twitch.
Over here, I got gorilla scary zombie.
so I think zombie is the theme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody also mentioned a vampire lion.
Vampire lion.
I don't know how that's supposed to work. That sounds more like a saber tooth.
A werewolf. I like that. I like the zombie bear. The first zombie bear. And we got that twice, right? Because I got a YouTube zombie bear and you got a Facebook zombie bear.
Yeah.
So that's twice.
Silverback.
Yeah, I like the zombie.
Ghost of the past bears of time.
Okay, so bears keep coming up. Let's go to the desktop real quick, Dustin. This is real quick. This is. Remember, we were. If you were with us on Thursday. What's that?
Can I say?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, there's Dustin. We got Dustin. So we're going to be doing this today, and of course, I've always got Dustin with me. He's in the right side here. Oh, that's the other thing. We're going to be at CTN. I want to keep saying that over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be out in Burbank, California, Los Angeles, for the CTN event, which is the Creative Talent Network. It's an animation comic book kind of convention. It's conference. And I'm going to be out there teaching some courses, doing some demonstrations. That's going to be November 15th through the 19th, I believe, somewhere in there. And this one says, take 2 animals of your choice and combine them into the scariest monster you can think of. Wow. That's pretty scary. So we're going to be out there. So remember, CTN, Dustin, myself, Nick, Steve, Ronnie Williford is going to be with us. And Vedanta, my girlfriend Vedanta, she's going. So the whole gang is going, and but as usual, I've got Dustin here on my right, helping out today. Oh, and we voted.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Dustin voted today. I voted. So get out if you're in the United States. Get out and vote. And and we got Nick in Sarasota, who is also going to be helping to answer questions. A lot of you guys get really confused as to how I can be drawing, and then like on YouTube, my answers are coming up. That's Nick typing away for me. So Nick is answering a lot of questions. Dustin answers questions. So that's how we work together as a team. But if you go to the desktop, if you guys remember on the last stream on Thursday, I did these designs really quick of this guy eating food that his kid, either son or daughter, has prepared, and he's trying really hard to, put on a happy face. Well, this is, I went and thumbnailed. And thumbnailing is basically doing little sketches of ideas for, in this case, an animation, piece of animation. And these are him, this is him kind of taking the bite. And the dialogue is, this is so good. And he starts coughing. And then he comes back up, and you can see some of them get very loose. I'm going to play it for you just so you guys can hear what I'm working on. I brought those drawings over into TV Paint. And I'm going to play it because it's actually kind of fun. And there's going to be a lot of animation that's going to fill it all out, but these are some of the main poses that I'm going to hit during this piece of animation.
This is so good. Wow, it's really strong. Thank you so much for cooking dinner, honey. This is the best.
That's it. One more time.
This is so good. Wow, it's really strong. Thank you so much for cooking dinner, honey. This is the best.
So that's the dialogue for the animation, and so stay tuned for next week, because hopefully next week I'll have all the animation done, and you'll get to see it. So let's jump back over to our drawing today. So I'm going to get rid of these guys.
Got a few more recommendations. Clown bear, zombie horse.
Zombie horse?
Dustin Sasquatch zombie. A zombie hyena biting her own leg. Samurai frog.
Nice.
Interesting one.
I haven't saved these either.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Yeah, I gotta save these. Okay.
Please, so I recommend specifically, please make a zombie bear chasing you or Dustin.
A zombie bear. I want to do it kind of serious, though. I want to do it really, freaky. Really kind of scary. I'd like to do it kind of scary.
In terms of zombie, how does mummy rap sound?
Mummy rap?
Mummy rap.
Well, I'm going to do the bear. I'm going to do the zombie bear. I like that idea. And bear is right up my alley.
So he comments, I'm going to be doing a zombie silverback while you draw.
Awesome. I like that.
Sounds like a plan.
It does. It does sound like a plan.
Can you explain for us the structure of the human skull?
I can. The structure of the human skull. Let's do that really quick. So basically, you've got a ball. I'm going to do this very quickly. So here's our cranium. And the cranium, depending on race and just individuals, can be different shapes, somewhat. Come down, and the brow is not super heavy. Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons and all that, they had a heavier brow. And it comes in right here to the nasal opening, which comes down, which is bone, and then obviously everything under that is cartilage. And you got the septum right there. And now the cheekbone comes down, comes under the eye socket. Let me actually get this a little better. I'm going to get the eye socket in here. Like so. All right. And the cheekbone comes down underneath, right here. Comes under there, that way. Boom. Like so. And from that, that's almost it's a little ape-like. I got pushed out a little too much. You got the teeth that come down like so. And here's your cheek. There's your temple right there that comes up.
why, but instantly I started thinking a pirate's life for me.
So here are the teeth, and they're going to come back to the da 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 like that. And then if you have good teeth, they'll line up nicely with the chin under here. The jaw comes back here, locks in under the cheekbone. And this part of the jaw, actually I'm going to pull this back. The chin comes back here, like so. Frankenstein's bear with also lion parts on his face. Rabbit mummy. Is that an original Stromboli sketch on your desk? Oh, no. That is not an original Stromboli sketch. This is an original Milt Kahl sketch. This is a drawing by the great Milt Kahl, one of the 9 old men. And this is... I'm drawing a blank now.
The king?
In Sleeping Beauty. The prince's father. Prince Philip. Yeah, this is King Philip. So, can you see that?
Yeah.
How's that look? Is it glary?
No, it looks fine.
Yeah, so that's a drawing by Milt Kahl, given to me by my friends Alex Cooperschmidt, who's an animator at Disney. He animated Stitch. He was the creator of Stitch and Coda. He got married in my backyard, and he gave this to me as a thank you. So this is really cool. One of my prized possessions. Milt Kahl drawing. Thank you for asking, because I like showing it off. I always forget that I've got it there. So that's a funky looking skull, but there's the skull. So let's move on. All right, so let's do our bear. And I've got these great bear skulls too. Look at that. I've got bear skulls that we can refer to.
Oh yeah.
I want to...
What resolution are you currently using in your settings?
This is 20 inches by 16 inches, and it is at 300 dpi.
Can you show off the bear skull, face half eaten off?
Well, that's kind of where I'm kind of going there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm just exploring right now. I'm not sure if this is what I want or not right yet. What type of bear? Nick likes the panda option. Panda. I was thinking grizzly. Something big and really scary.
Something intimidating.
I really kind of want to go, I don't want to do too comic. I want to go really scary, but I've got to find.
So this is not 600 DPI?
This is not 600. I never do anything 600 DPI.
So this is, you said this is 300, right?
300, yeah.
Yeah, somebody wrote 300 DPI, spooky.
But here, I'm not sure. No, I don't like it. I'm going to keep searching. I want to do something.
Now, got a new question here for you. Hi, Aaron. I'm subscribing to the annual premium subscription. Will it be possible to have you go over some of these subscribers' character designs at one point?
At some point, we will do something like that. Definitely. We just don't have the ability to right now. We have so many requests for that kind of stuff, and right now we don't have the capability, the time, just because of a lot of our other engagements that we have. But we're going to be working on that, and that's going to be part of, hopefully, part of the. It'll be part of something that you can upgrade to on the membership, because it is going to have to be somewhat exclusive, just because there's so many people that want it, and I can't satisfy everybody, so it's going to be just a little bit of work for me.
Yeah, I have a few detailed recommendations for the zombie grizzly. So I'm recommending like half the face, like eaten or melted off.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of working towards.
With like blood and drool dripping out of his mouth, you know, just gruesome.
I don't want to go super gruesome. I do want it to be scary, though.
And somebody recommends a challenge of draw the bear with your eyes closed.
Here's a question, YouTube question. Do you know what future topics, lessons you may be covering over the next year in Creature Art Teacher? Interested to see where you aim to take your online lessons. Well, we're going to be doing a lot more traditional stuff. Oil painting. I'm going to be doing a studio oil painting course. Watercolor. But we also want to go to some basics, like, basic drawing courses. And we're going to be doing some more storyboarding courses. Sculpture with Tony Cipriano, if we can, when we get that going. We've got some visual development courses coming up. We've got a lot of different things.
Have you seen the latest trailer for the new How to Train Your Dragon?
I have not.
It looks so good. So I was asking if you've seen it.
I don't know if this is zombie enough. Well, it will be. Special. Oh, that's right. That's the other thing I forgot. Sorry, Nick. Thank you for putting that up there. I completely forgot. For those of you that are watching the stream right now, and we'll say this again later on for people that tune in later. If you go to the website, we've got this big sale going on. But if you're watching now and you use the promo code MonsterMash, MonsterMash, Monster Mash, you'll get an additional 10% off of the everything that's already on sale. So go to creatureartteacher.com and type in Monster Mash when you check out, and you will get an additional 10% off of the already discount that's going on with the sale.
This is the Monster Mash.
Yes.
It was a graveyard smash.
It was a smash.
I remember watching the original video of him performing that live on stage, and just the way that he moves his face is just weird. It's like, what are you doing? But I love the fact that he's getting into character.
Who was it?
I can't remember. If anybody knows...
Oh, YouTube comment. I wish I could see your interpretation of Disney's Headless Horseman. Well, it would just be a headless dude, so that's for sure.
Or it could be a headless bear holding his own skull.
So let me do this. I'm still not liking what I'm getting, so I'm gonna... What skull? Got to show off some skull here. What if he had no nose? What if I do that, Dustin? What do you think?
Yeah. Think of what? I was looking at the questions. What was your question?
If I opened up his nasal cavity and got rid of his nose.
Almost like as though his snout just kind of melted off or something.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bring it around. There we go. Kind of like that idea. Let me go back to the other one. Whoops. Okay.
Makes me think of the grizzly from that old film, The Prophecy.
Ah. Yes.
How do you go about with a show or movie pitch?
Well, you'll have an agent, and you have to set it up, obviously, with the studio, and the pitches that I've done in the past, I've had the advantage of either working at the studio, like with Disney, where I would pitch movie ideas, or I knew people in the industry that would get me in. I've pitched before at Fox and Warner Brothers, and that always helps. But you do have to. It's just using an agent and getting in that way, and usually. And sorry, I'm trying to draw here and talk at the same time, which I'm sadly failing at. And that's usually how you do it.
Kristen Von Benson says, "Hey guys."
Hi. Hey, Christian Von Benson.
What about having the jaw hanging off?
Yeah, you know what? I was wondering about that too. Like, oh.
Just like broken off and just dangling.
This is really gross.
I think that's what we're going for. And so he says the head could be half bear and half bear skull, so we can learn the anatomy and have some fun.
I'm looking at my skull now just to get some ideas.
A robot zombie bear.
No, no robots.
So what he's saying is a malfunctioning cyborg bear. That's basically what a robot zombie bear is.
Yeah, I've got something here I think is going to work. And I'm going to light it really spookily. Spookily.
It's, and Theodora wrote, "Yes, the there we go is back." There we go.
I want it to be kind of rising up out of the bottom. Just put a lot of energy in there.
He's just a happy little zombie bear.
So for those of you that are just joining, I just want to let you know that we've got this big sale going on over at creatureartteacher.com. And if you type in on checkout, just for people that are viewing right now, if you type in Monster Mash as a discount code, you will get an extra 10% off. Okay, so here, I want to get this eye.
And Kristen, yes, I did show Dad the sketch you drew earlier today.
Oh yeah,
The
I loved it.
baseball run.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Aaron, I don't see you do gore all that much. Will you avoid bloodiness, or are you going fully gross?
I don't do gore that much, and so I'm not very good at it. I don't like to do it. It's just not my preferred thing. But I'm going to try to go fairly dark on this one. Oh. What do you think, Dustin?
Oh yeah, he's getting there.
Now the question is, do I shrink it up and do a little bit more of the body? Or do I keep it like right in your face? I could go even bigger with it.
Yeah, I would say.
Nah.
I would say shrink it just a tad. No. I meant where it was when you had it enlarged.
Well, I can add more of the body is what I'm saying. Let me just try something real quick. Nah. Me no likey.
Oh, Paul Carnegie wrote. I remember asking you a long time ago about horror art, and you said it wasn't your cup of tea. So this is making me super happy.
It's not my cup of tea. So I'm going to put that good eye right in the middle.
It's really good to hear from you, Paul. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You remember
I do.
Paul, right?
Yes, I do. Matted, kind of nasty hair coming off his neck. Nick says more body, more drama in the image.
It's unbearable how good you are. Eye popping out of his head, maybe.
We're definitely gonna go dark on the
environment, or just him.
Well, I want it to be like he's rearing up. More body, more drama. I just don't know if I'm going to get it done. Moving over here. Because then I want to do like branches and...
Then recommends a skeleton paw, like maybe coming up from behind, like back here, almost like a...
Oh. That's interesting. What if I did something like that? What if I move him over here?
Yeah.
See, I love when we do this. This is so far out of my wheelhouse. I have no idea what I'm doing. And that makes it fun. It puts me on the spot. And you guys get to see me struggle.
The struggle is real. It says, reminds me of the zombie bear from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I forgot about that. I want to bring that arm up.
And I personally feel that the arm with the arm out, feel like some of the fingers some of the areas of the paw should be like missing some flesh and everything, just kind of to give it that.
Oh yeah.
That look of like losing the flesh over time, decay. You know. That's the word I was looking for. The struggle is good. It stretches and keeps one in shape.
That's right.
You are indeed correct, sir. When you were a child, did you dress up on Halloween nights or do a trick or treat with the neighbors?
I did. I did that a lot. Actually, I loved it. YouTube suggestion: a claw moving fast, wipe across the image. I want to raise his arm up like he's getting ready to swipe. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I want to feel the tendons and everything in these claws. And their claws.
It's a claw!
Have I ever drawn an ocelot? I don't know. I can't remember if I have or not.
Ocelot? Why does that sound... Oh!
It's a cat.
Yeah. Personal question. What was your favorite costume you ever wore for Halloween?
My personal favorite costume. I would say Planet of the Apes, man. When I was a little kid, they had a Planet in 1973 or 74, 73 or 74. They had a Planet of the Apes TV show. It only lasted, I think, 2 seasons.
They had a show?
Yeah, it was after the movie came out. It was Planet of the Apes in the early 70s was huge.
Oh yeah.
And I as a kid, they had a Planet of the Apes. And people would ask me, say, what are you dressing up as? And I'd always tell them, I'm dressing as a Planet of the Ape.
Planet of the Ape.
Yeah.
Those specific characters. Planet of the Ape.
I'm a Planet of the Ape.
And did you get like the mask and everything?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
I loved that.
What?
Hold on one second.
I just looked over here first.
Hold on one second.
What are you doing?
Just hold that thought.
What are you doing?
Hold that thought.
What are you doing? You have a picture of it?
I might. This is an old photo album that got saved from the fire. When I was a kid, our house burned down in a fire, but I don't know if it's in here or not. That's me.
It's this camera.
Oh, that's me there.
You had blonde hair too when you were little.
Yep. Hold on, it might be in here. I was a Planet of the Apes. Ah, no, that's when I was dressed up as a robot.
A robot?
And my brother was Casper the Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Ah, shoot.
Was it the old-fashioned having the cloth over the head? The table sheet?
Let's see here. It might be... Doggone it. Ah! Oh, there I am without the mask. Yeah, here we are. It's super small, though. It's like a contact print. Can you put it up to here? Yeah. You probably can't see it. But it's like, it says 1973. And it's not a big deal, but for me, it was the most awesome. Yeah, you really can't tell. I'd have to blow these up, but it's just a little tiny picture.
Yeah, oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Is that you to the left or the right?
I'm on the left, and Travis is all the way over to the right. Yeah.
That looks so
That's
creepy.
when I know. See, that's when Halloween was Halloween. It was creepy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was creepy back then.
Those masks are legit. They look amazing.
There's me in first grade.
Wow. Those crazy eyes.
Uh-huh. A newspaper article. All right, can you put that on top of the thing there?
Yeah.
Aaron, does your animation course have subtitles in Portuguese? Yes, it has English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Mandarin, with more coming soon. So get out there and check it out. What's my favorite scary movie? The Alien films, I think, are my favorite.
Oh, the aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
I want all this to have, like, blood and stuff ripped off. He's just going to come up out of the dark. I'm going to have him just fade into darkness.
What's your inspiration to draw this spooky?
Halloween, man. And you guys inspire me.
Halloween. Isn't that funny?
So I'm gonna tie this down a little bit now.
Trying to get into finer details.
Yes.
I'm struggling not to find my own style. Do you have any advice on how to find it, or is it just about practicing until it just pops out of nowhere?
Yes, you just said it. Don't search for your style. Your style will find you. Just keep working and be influenced by other artists and be inspired and get out there, and over time your style will develop. And you're never going to feel like you have a style, or at least I never did.
Until you realize,
I've got a style. Yeah.
There's some pics of kids in the 1920s in Halloween dress.
Yeah.
Really disturbing.
I know.
Genuinely disturbing.
I know. Yeah. It's almost like that when I was a kid.
It's almost to the point where they just look at you going, "Come play with us." Nope.
Hell no.
Have you guys seen Stranger Things? Yes, love it.
Yes, we have.
Love that show.
Of course.
What?
Nick, and he's doing. I think that's the alien. Is that the alien?
Oh, that's from that's Spaceballs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Alien pops out of the guy from the original Alien, and the guy's like, "Not again."
You know, you realize I've never seen Spaceballs?
You've never seen it?
I know, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's from that, and that's him doing a 1920s dance out the door. Yeah, if you like Star Wars, Spaceballs makes complete fun of it.
Oh, of course, I know. I've just never seen
and
it.
The guy who plays Darth Vader is Rick Moranis.
I know.
And he's pretty much the main highlight of the movie. It's absolutely hilarious. We need to sit down and watch it together sometime. Let's see here.
There we go. I'll break that tooth off.
When we get to the eye, I think having it white and unfocused would make it scary.
That's actually what I was going to do. I was going to make it white, but actually, you know what? I think you're right. If I take the pupil out, yes, that's much more scary.
Nice.
Yes.
Have you seen Dead Snow?
I have not seen Dead Snow. Have you seen it, Dustin?
No, I've never heard of it.
Have you heard of it?
Nope.
Have you heard of Dead Snow?
I've never heard of Dead Snow. No. Have you heard of Dead Snow?
I've never heard of it.
I could have sworn you've heard of it somewhere.
Have you ever heard of Dead Snow?
No, not me. You have some old drawings from before you could draw, or always managed to make them awesome.
No, no, I have not always managed to make them awesome. Thank you for saying that. But no, unfortunately, I don't have any old drawings. As I was saying earlier, my house, when I was a kid, when I was 17, our house burned up in a forest fire. And so I lost all my early drawings. So the earliest drawings I have are from, like, college.
Not spooky at all, but could Aaron ever do a drawing of what Coda would look like as an adult bear?
Oh, that's a neat idea.
I like that.
He'll look like this, but as a zombie.
Oh, this is Coda.
Yeah, this is Coda. He took a wrong turn there.
Caption: don't do drugs.
Yeah.
How do you modify a four-legged animal's anatomy to make it stand like a human?
Well, first of all, you have to be aware of comparative anatomy and understand how our parts are the same as the animal parts. You know, our arms are the same as the front legs on a four-legged animal. Obviously, our legs are the same as the back legs, and so you have to look at where the anatomy is the same as far as, you know, the different bones, and adjust them accordingly. Actually, I'm just gonna.
Where did you get your bear skulls, and are they replicas or real?
They are replicas. I've got a couple of real skulls, but they're in storage. They are replicas, and I've ordered them from Bone Clones.
Do you have any experience with drawing graphic novels? And if so, do you have any advice?
No, I don't actually. I don't have any experience, and I don't have any advice. That's a part of the industry that I know nothing about. I'd love to know more. Dead Snow is the zombie Nazis. Yes, that hasn't come out yet. We really want to see it. I've seen the trailer for it, and yeah, and Vedanta and I have been looking at it, and really want to see it. And it's have I ever been to Greece? No, and we actually missed an opportunity to go. We weren't able to go. I shouldn't say we missed an opportunity. We were supposed to actually do a sailing trip with 4 other couples around the islands of Greece, and our scheduling got screwed up or just really tight, and we weren't able to do it. But we plan on trying to do it again in the future.
What if you made this into sort of a scene with a guy holding a lantern up and the bear is emerging from the dark?
That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. That's how I'm thinking about it. And having these skulls is super helpful. I'm looking at
Zombie Nazis from 2007. Overlord is the one that's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Zombie Nazis. Okay, it came out like. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Overlord. Isn't it Overlord the zombie Nazis as well?
Overlord is not Nazis zombies, but it is Nazis, and they kind of basically open the gateway to hell.
Okay, so I misspoke.
It's almost like what was that old game Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. I think it almost has that same vibe, but
This is kind of coming out kind of cool now. Now that we're getting into the, I'm getting into the drawing. I'm having some fun with it.
somebody wrote that this almost looks like the evil bear from Brave.
Yeah, but that guy at least had his parts, didn't he?
At least, I mean, well, he was pretty.
Was he messed up?
I mean, he wasn't like zombie material, but I mean, he had a whole ton of scars on him, and I think he had like an arrow or two sticking out of him.
And I see, I'm drawing all these different parts, but I want everything to kind of mesh together too. I want that fur to be kind of dried and matted.
Even though I feel like I'm improving over time, every new painting I start feels awkward for the first hour. Do you feel something similar? And if so, does it improve over time?
No, it doesn't. I've been painting almost my whole life. So at least 40 years I've been painting. And when I start a painting, it still feels awkward. We all go through that stage of, I hate it, I love it, I hate it, I love it, I'm going to throw it away. No, it looks great. Oh, now I hate it. And then, and then you get to the last 10% and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm glad I stuck with it. So it's just, that's called being an artist. That's just part of being an artist. A YouTube question. Do I see any difference between the two terms, drawing and painting? Well, of course. I think there is a difference. Now, can you draw while you're painting? Of course you can. Drawing for me is, a lot of it is line-based, although I know drawing is value-based as well. And but I think of drawing and draftsmanship as just that. Like what I'm doing now, and painting is, filling in the color. I've always thought of it that way, although I understand they can be interchangeable. But for me personally, it's just that's how they are.
Love watching this evolve. Maybe include what killed him, like a couple of spears or arrows around his back or something.
That's an awesome idea.
Just thinking out loud.
I love that idea.
Instead of writing thinking, he actually wrote stinking. Just thinking out loud.
Let's just try it. I don't know if it's an arrow or if it's a spear.
Mother comes back as a zombie bear spirit to scare away teen campers.
That doesn't line up at all. Look at that. I gotta go. Actually, you know what I can do? I can put it on a different level and just draw straight through.
Hello guys, what about your Christmas story about the lovely polar bear? Is it for this Christmas? Happy Halloween.
I wish it was for this Christmas, but sadly, no. We are still working on it, and it's being storyboarded, and hopefully it will be out in about a year or so. Let me do this. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it all the way through.
So it says like the bear creature from Annihilation. That thing terrified me.
I know, right?
Yeah, that thing, like, it was literally just a skull.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this spear out.
And that like human screech it would make, just.
That was the one with Natalie Portman.
Yeah, there's one with Natalie Portman. They go into that like.
That was a gross movie, man.
Yeah, I never watched the whole thing, but I've seen bits and pieces. I did watch that particular bear scene. with
Where it ripped the woman apart.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Maybe something like that.
What's the size of your current canvas? Thanks.
20 by 16 inches at 300 DPI.
Exactly how many skulls do you own?
A lot. I've never counted.
Simple enough. I have 50.
Oh, we've been at this for 45 minutes and I don't even have the drawing done yet. This is going to be a long stream, you guys.
I know exactly how many skulls you have. 11.
11. Is this zombie? It's Zombie Coda's mom.
Oh.
That one, I like that one. That's good.
That is so messed up.
Hi, son, I'm back. No, it's hi, son, I'm back.
Oh no.
I miss you.
I don't know why, but maybe start thinking of a particular anime called Full Metal Alchemist, because the two main characters tries to bring their mom back from the dead, and when they do, she doesn't.
It doesn't go so well.
Doesn't go very well. No.
This is getting really complex. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all of this because there's so much here to do.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of complexity. I might blow it back up just so I can get it done.
Yeah. If anything, like just you could try working on the detail of the arm a little bit, and then just blow it up just a tad.
I was just thinking about doing something like this where you get the two arrows in there. I think
yeah.
that'll work. I think that
work.
that composition works. And you can see that his arm is up. It's just off screen. Yeah. I'm going to go with this, you guys. Sorry if you were excited about seeing much more, but I'm not going to get it done. And I really want to get it done because this is going to be fun.
I think it'll be cool for visual effect once it's all painted in.
Yeah.
To make it like a misty background and everything, but then have like the lantern shine from below the face.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
So it's like it's coming out of the mist into the lantern light.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we don't go too deep into shadow on top because I want to see some of the detail there.
Oh yeah. I mean, there'll be like moonlit and everything. So. Oh, so wrote bye, Zombie Paul.
Bye, Zombie Paul.
We'll miss you.
All right, let's throw in. All right, this is coming along. I'm kind of digging it. I think it needs a third arrow.
You could do a Mufasa, Bambi's mother, comeback.
Oh.
Mother? That would be just terrible. No.
No, that's too distracting. I'm going to get rid of that. The two arrows over on the right is just right. Just right.
The mist would create some bounce light to illuminate the top anyways, wouldn't it?
It could. I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn him a little bit this way, just so I can get his body or his head up a little higher.
Backstory, Aaron. Hit us with one.
Oh, this is he was a pet. He was a circus pet, and they got the spell from Pet Cemetery, and it seriously backfired.
For a second there at the very beginning, you were like, You sound a lot like Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, oh yes. Got an angry panda here. Nick just sent me an angry panda. It needs a damn zombie paw. I know.
That's a real angry panda. Yes, very angry panda. That's my best Goldblum.
What if we do this?
Oh, perhaps the third arrow is in his broken jaw.
What if we do this? What if we do this?
The zombie claw's waving goodbye, but you can't see it. The claw's offering going, bye guys!
Nick really wants that claw in there. YouTube, maybe the third arrow is going up into the chest as if someone fired it into him instead of up onto his back with the others. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. But compositionally, it's going to get lost in the dark because this is all, everything down here is going to be in the dark.
How do you know when something is too distracting?
If you're if you're distracted by it. I mean, really, I mean, it's you got to think about what is the goal of the composition that you're trying to create, and if you're hitting the goal, then that's great, then that's right. But if you're not, if you know, I don't know, there's any number of ways to answer that.
Zombie paw, bottom right corner.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm like he's pulling it up like so.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna I'm just gonna light it just a little bit.
The new pet cemetery looks messed up.
It really does.
He's off to kill the clowns. He's off to kill Pennyworth.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. Why do I keep saying Pennyworth? I keep saying Pennyworth, not Pennywise.
It's okay.
Dang it.
It's okay. It's
Not
okay.
okay. It's not okay. If he's going to get the clowns, then that bear's my hero. This bear makes you think of Double-Face from Batman. You mean Two-Face from Batman?
I think that probably is Two-Face.
Yeah.
It's the bear version of Two-Face, except it's all disgusting.
It's all bleh.
Bleh.
This is already looking awesome. Any chance of any prints or postcards of it at CTN?
Oh, well, didn't even think of that. Usually when I do my live stream images, they just go into a file somewhere and I never see them again. Let's see how it comes out first. All right, so there's a paw. You like that one, Dustin? Do you like that? Kind of where it is there? And the rest of it, everything behind the paw is going to be in black. All right, so I got to get some color going on this because we've been at this for an hour and I just finished the drawing. This is going to end up being like a 3-hour stream.
And we're having a touch of Pennywise's orange hair stuck to his claws as if he just splattered him.
Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to lay in the initial color and then I'm going to really kind of play with that, kind of some of the.
By any chance, do you have any plans to visit Finland in the future?
No plans, but I do want to hit Finland at some point. Yes. Finland, Norway, Sweden. Want to hit it all. So I'm just going to lay in very roughly some, and I want this to be grungy and dirty. So it's going to get really grungy as we go. And with something like that, it's really easy to let that get away from you. So I gotta really practice some self-control as I go on here. Nick says it would be a cool lenticular image. Normal bear to zombie bear. Oh, it would. That's a great idea, Nick. Twitch question: have you ever had any issues working in a team with someone who has a strong character or very different from yours? Yes. That's something that happens a lot. And you know, when you're obviously making animated movies like we did at Disney, you know, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, you know, that's a team effort. And if someone doesn't work well with the team, those people go away. So yes, I've had that issue, but those people don't last.
I have the perfect example of that too. Mind if I tell the quick story?
Sure.
So when I was working in 3D, I was working at Stereo D in California before they moved to Toronto, and I tagged along with that. But anyways, at this point, I was about a year and a half in, 2 years in.
Stay focused.
And new guy comes in, he's in there for a week, and he's struggling with one shot. He's taken it up to the lead like 5 times. He's constantly the same note over and over and over. And so I walk over to him and say, "Hey, do you need help? I know a technique. I can show you how to do it." And he just looks at me and says, "What was it? Oh yeah.
If I need your help.
If I need your help, I'll ask my lead." And I was like, "Okay." And I walked off. I didn't mess with him again. And a few days later, he got let go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I've had that experience, but you know, those people they don't last. You've got to be a team player.
Yeah,
And that includes directors that don't listen to their crew. You know, I've worked with directors, and when I was starting out as a director, I thought I had to have all the answers. And one of the biggest lessons I learned is that you don't have to have all the answers. You got to know how to steer the ship and know where you want it to go. But let the people that know what they're, you hire these people for a reason. Let them help you achieve well, let's do it together. It's not even helping you, because it's, one of the things, a big pet peeve of mine are directors that refer to the movie as their movie, especially in animation. It's not their movie. It's the crew's movie. And it's for me, it's kind of infuriating.
How will you, for this piece, approach the lighting? Will it be underlit?
I'm thinking, I'm going to experiment a little bit with that and just see.
Maybe make one of the claws broke like his teeth? What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I might do that.
Like a chipped nail. Russian zombie dancing bear needs a name.
Russian zombie dancing bear.
We'll call him Ivan.
So I'm very quickly going in and throwing in local color. I want it to be I want to vary it up. Adding the kind of the blue. It's almost like a bruising. I want those teeth to really show up, so I'm pulling the value up really high. There we go. You're awfully quiet over there, Dustin.
Yeah, just reading up the questions.
Right on.
How
I'm
do you
sure we
know
got
which
some on
colors to
YouTube.
put in, though?
Right now I'm just experimenting. So how do I know what colors to put in? I really don't. I'm just kind of experimenting and seeing what looks good. I want it to be a little bloody and skull-like, for places where I want it to be, where I want the skull exposed.
Can you talk about the opacity settings?
Right now, everything's 100%. All my opacity settings are at 100%. I don't have anything really, nothing special, except for my, my sketch layer is set at 36%. But right now, I'm just laying in local color, going in and, playing with textures. I want to get texture in here. I'm not worrying about any kind of light and shadow at this point. So it's going to look like, it's just going to look like, it's going to look flat. Almost like I'm coloring a coloring book or a comic book.
Why did you color the skull red?
I want it, eventually, it's going to be like exposed, like scraped bone and blood.
Any tips on drawing in Photoshop?
Yes, you're watching them. There's a million tips I can give you to draw in Photoshop. As a matter of fact, if you go to my website, creatureartteacher.com, I've got an entire course on painting in Photoshop, my approach to painting in Photoshop. And there's a lot in it.
Do you press hard for the pen?
I don't. I'm pretty light-handed. I work pretty quickly.
Is this Baloo?
Yeah, this is Baloo. I'm going to get some darker fur down in here. Remember, once again, I'm not painting shadow yet. This is just fur texture.
Yeah, Steve, regarding CTN, I mentioned I would love a postcard on this, but if you do have any old favorites, I know plenty would like to purchase them, just not much time left, but still.
Well, we happen to have a very large, oversized printer and professional. We have a professional printer, so we might be able to swing something before we go. I'm not sure yet. But we don't usually set up a booth while we're out at CTN. We just kind of go out to meet and greet, and I don't like to be weighted down with material. But if there is a demand for it, then yeah, we'll definitely do something like that. I think the background, I'm going to do the background like a kind of inky blue night. Go right about in there.
I've always had trouble knowing when to stop local color and where to start the shading. Like your brown there is also shade, isn't it?
No, the brown is not shading. This is just local color. It's dark hair mixed in with lighter hair. So no, that is not. I'm still on local color.
At render time, use some motion blur on the paw.
I probably will. And a lot of times, going back to the question about not knowing when to go from local color to shading, light and shadow, you can go back and forth. So it's not like once you start, you can't go back.
Is there a Wacom tablet for beginners you recommend that is not too large and isn't too pricey?
Well, that's a hard question to answer, because if you're a beginner but you want to make this your profession, then I say save up for the pricey one. I started out on right from the beginning, I started out on a 21-inch Cintiq, and I'm really glad I did, and I've never looked back. If you can't, then they have a 16-inch that I think is really. I used that while I was in Japan just recently. I did a Wacom event, and I really, really liked that 16-inch. It was awesome.
I mean, when it comes to standard tablets, like they have the, I think it's the Bamboo series of
Intuos.
Intuos.
Yeah.
Those are really good tablets to start with. They're much cheaper than Cintiqs, and it'll be a good starting stone while you're saving up for the actual Cintiqs. If you start with the smallest Cintiqs. It's basically the smaller the Cintiq, the cheaper they'll be, and then just over time, as you can start with that at that point, and then just save up to the other stuff. So that's my recommendation. Like start cheap and then just kind of level yourself up.
Yeah, but if you have the ability to.
But it's for people that don't have the ability.
Yeah.
Like if they need something to do the freelance work or something to get them to that phase.
Let's go in here. Oops.
What was the discount code again? It was
Monster Mash.
It was a graveyard smash. Monster Mash. Not Bash. Mash.
I'm pretty sure I broke a rib the other day. Because the pain is not going away.
What did you do?
I think I broke it in my sleep.
You broke it in your sleep?
Pretty sure. Cracked it.
Just the sheer weight. Just the sheer gravity.
Well, I've had some... I've had some acid reflux in the middle of the night, and folks, if you young people out there, you probably don't know what that is, but for maybe some of you older people out there, acid reflux is the worst. You wake up choking on the acid from your stomach going into your lungs. It's horrible. And I woke up violently the other night because I had a bout of it, and I think when I jumped out of bed, and I think I cracked a rib because it's not. The pain is not going away. And it's not a muscle pain. So, anyway, can't really do anything about it. You just got to let it heal. But
you ever use a Cintiq 13 HD?
I have. I think they're okay. For me, it's a little small.
It's kind of the size that I have for my portable Cintiq.
Yeah, I just think it's a little small for my tastes.
Honestly, I personally like it because it feels more like I'm actually sketching on paper. If I did it full screen.
Just real quick, sorry. Nick says that Vedanta probably kicked me. He said it happened to his friend Chris once. His wife kicked him in his sleep so hard she broke his rib.
So you really need to put a mic on Dustin. We're trying to figure it out.
What's wrong with miking over there?
Well, it's just every time we try to use two separate mics, it creates an echo.
Well, let's try it. Just try it anyway.
I don't have the mic set up though.
Oh.
No, I don't have it set.
You can't you plug that in somewhere? This one?
I could, but I need to go into the settings.
Can you do that while we're broadcasting?
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
That is a no can do, sir.
Oh, we can't take it off mute?
Huh?
Can we unmute something?
Well,
Demutify?
I mean, we could try using the lapel mic, because we have the lapel mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Put that on. See if that works.
I'm going to need to borrow the mouse.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least you can move the mouse over to...
Well, all I'm going to do is... where is it?
You go... Move to the right. Move your mouse to the right.
Oh. I was looking at the
Scroll
screen.
down. You should see lapel mic. There. Hit that
That one?
button. Yeah. Test. There.
So if we're echoed, then we'll take it off, but otherwise...
We shall see.
So I'm just throwing a little red color in here just to make it a little nasty. All right, so we've got something going here. I want to get started on some light and shadow, and I'll get the arrows here in a little bit. Okay, so I want there to be like moonlight. I don't know. Let's just try it both ways. We'll try lighting him from underneath. Although there's more surface up on top. Let me think. Let me think here. I'm going to put this, I'm going to set this to multiply. I'm going to get a cool gray.
So will you be doing last Inktober work tomorrow?
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it. I kind of slacked off on the rest of Inktober because of all the other stuff we had going on. I mean, I'm still creating art, so hey. But I didn't finish. Probably, yeah. I'm also trying to. I think actually this will work.
So I recommend a creepy red light from a blood moon.
Ooh, oh.
And somebody seconds that, basically saying, how about a red as a secondary light?
Yeah.
Coming from the previous comment of the red.
So you can see as I'm drawing here, that kind of works. What do you think?
But that darkened.
The light from underneath.
Yeah.
Can you see it? Can you feel it?
Well, I see all the darkening that you're doing, but
Are you feeling the?
it's getting there.
I've got to darken all this stuff.
To a studio interview, how should you dress?
Like a professional.
Just dress in your birthday suit, man. They'll take you on the spot.
Dress like a professional.
Yeah, it's like just dress the way that you normally dress in any other interview. Just as, like slacks, buttoned up shirt for the gentleman.
I've always been an advocate for being professional. There's other people that are like, hey, no, I'm an artist. We can be free and wacky and all that kind of stuff. And by and large, actually, the studio doesn't really care. But I'm kind of old-fashioned, and I really advocate, respect. You want to respect who you're interviewing with. What's the name of the current brush? This is a brush that I've created. It's my own brush. It's in my my original custom brush set on my website, and it's number 7. It's a pastel brush, I call it.
How long did it take you to get comfortable in Photoshop?
It took me a few months. Definitely a few months.
Ooh. Somebody recommends a red light from a fire torch underneath.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to at least set up the light pattern for it. Still not sure if this is the right way to go.
And hopefully there's not that bad of an echo or anything with this audio.
Yeah, has anyone complained?
No, not yet.
I'm going to try another type of lighting here in a second. I want to definitely try light from above as well. Because I guess I could do it this way. I could put...
We've got to hunt down the clown-eating bear before he strikes again.
What if I do my typical... my typical thing where I do the shadow, because I want him emerging out of the shadows. Just want to see what this looks like. I know this is probably not the right answer, but I want to see what this is going to look like.
Oh yeah, we're getting no echo. So I think we might have found our solution.
Oh, good. That feels pretty good. I like that. How do you like that, Dustin?
Oh yeah. Now that is creepy.
Maybe a little bit across his tooths. Yeah, that feels better to me. It don't matter to me. There we go. Whoops.
What do we have to do to send you to Norway?
Buy me a plane ticket. No, I mean, I want to come to Norway. I definitely do. It's just, I've got, you know, every minute of my life is planned. That's one of the benefits, I think, of this job we've created, of this business we've created, and it's also one of the drawbacks because I really, my entire year is planned out from year to year. I haven't, you know, for the last 4 years, my entire year gets planned out, you know, every year. And it's hard to fit anything in. I'm gonna hit some bright areas now. I'm gonna go with the red light that someone suggested.
Yeah, somebody else suggests for the BG, I would try some greenish kind of mist, like from the old Night of the Living Dead style.
Oh, that's interesting.
You use that brush that you got from your friend a lot for fill in color. What is a close substitute to that one, or why doesn't your friend sell it on your website?
Well, I've just never asked him, and I should ask him. There we go. I like this light. Oh, I like this a lot. It's the thing about it is you don't have to. There's any number of brushes. I just use it just because I like the texture. But you could, I mean, there's a ton of other brushes I can use. And actually, the brush I'm using now, I use as well to fill in color.
Is it possible to have at least part of his paw not in shadow?
Yes. Actually, I'm going to go back and erase part of it, like this. We'll see here.
Do you ever work with music?
Very amateurishly.
Very
I've worked.
amateurishly?
Yes. It's a word. Like that.
Very
Maybe something like that.
Amateuristic word.
Amateuristic word, exactly.
So, please come to Germany.
You know what? I've had a couple of invites to go to Germany. Nick's gonna laugh at this because Nick really wants to go, and if some of well, the reason we haven't gone, they're invites from furry conventions. And it's just a little. I'm sorry for those of you that might be furries out there. I'm not trying to offend you. It's just something that I don't quite understand, and I've turned it down. But Nick thinks it would be awesome.
Yeah, I would love to go to Germany. Maybe not for the furry conventions, but just going to Germany would be.
Nope, sounds exactly the same as before lapel mic. Oh, no echo, but no increased sound either. Zero difference. Oh, so they're not getting any extra sound.
Huh. So I'm being picked up better, but no difference in. So no echoes, no nothing, but I can be heard more clearly.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that what's going on?
I don't know.
Is that what I'm hearing? Are you coming to Canada sometime soon?
Not anytime soon that we have on our calendar. But once again, it's one of those things where if something comes up, then yeah, we might do it.
So what's the difference between overlay and multiply?
Multiply darkens. It literally multiplies the colors that you know under where you're drawing. It literally multiplies them. And so it darkens everything. That's why I create really cool shadows when I set everything to multiply. Overlay lightens everything underneath. And so it creates mixing with the color that you're putting on. So it creates really cool tints and light effects.
Do you have some habits that made you better over time?
Actually, that shadow isn't right. Yeah, drawing, a good work ethic. That made me better over time. You have to have a good work ethic.
Some people wrote, "How to get Dustin to Norway?"
Yeah.
Yes, Dustin, come. If I ever get the chance, I would love to go. But we'll see. We'll see how things go over time.
There we go. So I wanted to get that light just a little bit different. And actually, maybe hit just a little bit along the top here. Is that right? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There we go.
What are you doing?
What? No, you are heard exactly the same as if you aren't wearing the mic at all. That's what Nick just wrote.
Huh.
That's weird because it's coming up as it's like it's working.
Yeah.
Oh well. It was a thought.
That is very strange.
It is very strange. Okay. Now I'm gonna start getting a little bit more detailed. Now that I've roughed everything in, I want to start going in. I'm going to go in and do another multiply layer. And I'm going to go in and start darkening some of the deeper shadows. I'm still figuring out my value structure, meaning light and dark.
Ever considered doing an oil painting tutorial?
Yes, I am going to be doing a course on oil painting for my website, and it's going to be studio. I'm going to do a big, a large finished studio piece, and show you my process for doing that. Giant, really big wildlife animal painting.
What is your guilty pleasure thing to draw?
It's always animal. I don't really have a guilty pleasure. I'm trying to think of what I used to draw that was a guilty pleasure. I don't know. But for me, I love drawing animals. I love it.
Is there anything in particular that you don't find exciting to draw?
Yeah, mechanical stuff, architecture. I'll go out and draw architecture. Real quick, sorry. For the shadow, am I using blue or gray? I'm actually using a kind of a blue-gray set to multiply. So, architecture, my favorite obviously is nature. So anything opposite of nature, it's not my favorite thing, but I'll draw it.
Somebody made a very, 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 very important reminder. Don't forget to say.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Halloween zombie bear.
Jinx. And Aaron will be doing a watercolor course in the future?
Yes, I will be doing a watercolor course in the future. That's going to be fun. I love watercolor is one of my favorite mediums.
I'm pumped for oil painting.
Well, speaking of oil painting, if you like oil painting and you're and you want to learn how to paint outdoors better, landscapes and plein air painting, then remember we've got a brand new course, and today is the last day of the sale. From Ronnie Williford, who also created the color course that we have on our site. What are you laughing at, Dustin?
Sorry. Martin wrote, Maybe Dustin's mic uses voice recognition technology in a lift in Scotland.
YouTube question: do I have any experience with 3D animation? I do not. I've directed 3D movies, but as far as me having the ability to do it, I tried to learn Maya at one time, and it was a disaster. If you've tried it, what do you think of it? Yeah, it's very, for me, it's so not intuitive. I'm so used to being able to sit down and draw and feel it come out of me in that way. It's something I struggled with, and I was directing a movie at the time, so I wasn't able to put the time into learning Maya that I should have or that I needed to, and so I've never been able to learn, take it all the way through. Twitch, is there really such a big break under the cheekbone on the right, or it's just from the zombie part? There's not really a big break like that. It's more like on the left. It's going to be more like on the left, but it was supposed to be. Actually, now that you're talking about it, I think I'm going to fix it, because I kind of just looked past it. But I'm going to change that. You're very, very right. And I'm going to go all the way down to the local color and change it.
I came in here midstream and almost thought he was a Wolverine.
Wolverine?
A Wolverine.
No, not a Wolverine. It's very close. Wolverines and bears are fairly closely related. Or somewhat related, I should say.
Any chance for a gouache course?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could do that.
Because I did one gouache video on YouTube.
I did.
But I haven't done like a full lesson yet.
Right. Where did that one come from? Oh, that's it right there.
I already asked you the oil pastels question, right?
Oil pastels? No.
Do you work in oil pastels?
No, I don't. I actually never have.
What does it mean by oil pastels?
They're pastels with an oil base.
Oh. Isn't that oil painting or?
Nope. No, it's something different. Yeah.
Really?
So I like that better. So whoever had that suggestion, I really like your suggestion. And I'm actually going to go in and change that up.
As funny as that, I just remembered what I was going to say when you were talking about the 3D animation and 2D animation. I swear, every time I hear 3D, being in the 3D stuff, I keep thinking that.
Yeah.
And so when people say 3D animation, I always say you mean CG animation, where it's actually the actual CG stuff.
There we go. That feels better. Go back to local color.
Can you talk about, or can you talk through the steps you take to make a change like that so far into the drawing?
Well, what I did was I just went back over each layer and erased it back, and it really went down to the drawing first. I needed to adjust that drawing, and then I had to adjust the lighting, so I kind of erased that back. And I want to go back in now and adjust some of my shadows. Where is it? Oh. For some reason, the question popped up twice.
Huh.
You wrote the question again, Nick.
Dang it, Nick.
Nick, Nickelodeon. Nick the Birch.
Will you be doing Thanksgiving and Christmas themed illustrations over the next couple of months?
Yes.
I say you should do at some point a turkey dressed up.
You're a turkey.
In a pilgrim outfit. Just having that frowning look like, really? Really, guys? I think that'd be a little pretty funny. Okay, I'll stop.
Oh man, that hurts.
Would it be a fun contrast if there was a blue little bird on his head or shoulder?
No. Yeah, sure. But I'm not going to do that.
It kind of ruins the whole horror of it.
Oh, man.
How do you know how to blend what colors?
Experience. I use analogous colors, and you know what? I really, I'm just going to keep pushing the website. We've got a great course on color from Ronnie Williford.
Here we go again.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here.
I'm kidding. Do you plan on doing an acrylics course?
Acrylics.
Acrylics. Dang it.
Twitch question. Yes, I'm probably going to do an acrylics. Needs more skull showing. I don't know about that. Twitch question. You seem to have a very close relationship with your children, which is fabulous. Do you have any secrets that you might be able to share with new parents among the viewers here? Be strict with them. Beat them every day. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
With a bag full of bricks.
No, I mean Dustin and I in Austin, I was a very consistent. I think consistency is important with your kids, and at a certain age, you get a different relationship. Dustin's, 28 years old. He's pushing 30 now, so we have a different relationship than we did when he was 12 or 13, and consistency and a lot of love,
and a lot of joke cracking against each other.
Yeah, we've always been a very jokey family.
A lot of sense of humor.
Yeah.
And practical jokers, prankers.
Oh yeah. There's a couple jokes I've done to Dustin that may have damaged him, but
just a little.
All right, so I'm gonna stop doing that. I want to do a little reflected moonlight on the top of them. So we've got this hot light. I want to do a cool light, rim light. Not rim light, but maybe moonlight coming off the top. So I'm gonna go like in that blue range. Go a little warmer, and a little maybe up in here, brighter. And let's see what that does.
What's your take on Halloween? Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. I really like it. I've really come to love it as I've gotten older, and with kids, and as I've gotten kids of my own and grandkids. I love seeing, because I remember the fun I had as a child, and I love seeing it, through their eyes.
So, what about the blue bird idea? It said it's going to ruin the horror factors, and but replied with, "Not unless the blue bird is channeling the spirit of Satan." Will you be doing a crayon course for the advanced kid in adult costume?
A what?
Crayon course.
Crayon course?
For the kids.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. One of the things I remember most, I didn't have a great relationship with my mother, but one of the things I remember the most with my mother is sitting down with her. This I really appreciated from her. Is sitting down with her with crayons, and she explained to me how shadows worked and how light areas worked, and I still remember her showing me using crayons, and that was a big deal for me.
So that might be an interesting idea.
I like that
fun
idea.
little YouTube thing.
Yeah, for younger kids.
We'll put that on the planning list.
Yeah.
How's the backyard bar / lounge area going?
I'm hungover today.
From hanging out out there.
So it works.
It works. Yeah,
No, it's I'm not that hungover.
Yeah, the exterior is nearly done. The interior, though, still needs work.
Yeah, we still got to finish the interior. We got to the point where the lounge area is done, and we just never got past that.
It was like, we're good here. Yeah, a few people are saying that my sound still sounds like I'm in the other room.
Oh, well, we'll have to.
So bizarre.
We will work on it.
So maybe the lapel just doesn't work during live streams or something.
It might just be that it doesn't. I don't know. Oh, is that camera not on?
It is on.
Is it? The screen
It
is on? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to show your face at the beginning.
Oh, duh. Right. Might be oh, you know what it might be is no, it's loopback. We have everything going through loopback, and we didn't turn that on in loopback. Oh, wait a minute. No, that is going through loopback.
No, the loopback is specifically TV Paint, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh wait. Okay, I'm confused.
We don't know. We'll figure it out. So I'm having some fun right now. This I'm really enjoying, adding this secondary light, because this is really going to make it spooky. In the shadow areas.
Actually, you know what? Bring your mouse over here real quick.
Nope, I'm drawing.
Okay.
You can do it.
Like, I can't because...
Oh.
Let me borrow the mouse.
Pad? Did it lose? Oh, you're way over here. You're over here.
Oh, there we go. I got it. And... Hello? We'll see if that works. Here. I just unmuted the desktop audio. Because maybe... Did we ever set the loop back to work for both TV Paint and for the lapel mic?
I don't know. All right. This is coming along. We're an hour and a half into it. So now I feel like I'm making some progress now.
What kind of background are you thinking of for this?
Very simple. I'm going to throw some texture in there probably.
Just some like misting,
yeah.
mistiness and all
that. There. Oh yes.
If an artist wishes to pursue digital art with a painterly style,
yeah,
should he or she devote a lot of time developing clean line skill with a pen tablet?
Painter. Well, it depends. You know, everybody's style is different. I can't tell you if that's going to benefit you or not. Some people that like to work with a painterly style go at it very loosely to begin with. So it's really hard to say. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'm not trying to cop out on you. It's just, yeah, it's hard to say not knowing your personal style.
I'm guessing you're saving the arrows for last.
Yeah, I've just kind of gone off and haven't really thought about them. I'll get those last. I'm liking whoever suggested the underlight being lit from underneath. I really like that suggestion. That's at first I didn't think it was going to work, but I'm digging it. Twitch question. I sometimes see a line of deeply saturated color on the edge of a hard shadow where the shadow meets the light. What causes that, and when should it be applied in an illustration? Well, it should be applied in an illustration when it happens, obviously. I mean, it's when you see it, you just have to find out when it naturally occurs. I think what's happening, let me reread it. I sometimes see a line of deeply saturated color on the edge of a hard shadow. I'm not sure what causes that. I can make assumptions. You know, I'm assuming that, you're going in between something that goes from light to dark. There's going to be something that's going to be somewhere in the middle. Your eye is going to make that transition. I think, and it's going to kind of translate that into, you know, when you've got something dark and you've got something that's blown out. So I think the transition is going to be something saturated. And I think that's, I don't know. That's my guess. That's my guess. So here I'm getting that moonlight right off the claws. The claws.
Well, I bought your animal drawing bundle just now. I'll be doing a lot of listening to you the coming weeks.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you for doing that. You're going to hear me say,
There we go.
there we go, a lot. How about making it wet? Well, it's a little late for that now.
What about trying to change the blending mode in the final lighting layer to liner light and reduce opacity to 30 to 50%?
I've never used liner light, so I can try that.
Is that the Terminator?
Yes, it's the Terminator bear. It's the Governor. Slobber on the jaw. That's a great idea.
It's the Terminator bear model. Number 001.
There. That feels pretty good.
May I ask, how do you know the fur direction goes as you paint? Thank you.
I just know, just through experience, which way the fur grows when on certain animals. And it just comes from, you got to research it.
So don't draw yourself a nightmare now.
I know, right? Now, actually, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in that same layer.
There, just a glint of gore.
What's that?
Blood on claws. Just a glint of gore.
That's a good idea. I just want to hit a couple of brighter areas here. Is that your phone?
Yeah, it's mine. The lighting really.
Have I ever applied fake it till you make it?
Huh?
Have I ever applied fake it till you make it during my career? Yeah, I did. I think I did as a director when I first started, because I really didn't know what I didn't know. And it was really tough. And I faked it till I made it. It's one thing being an animator on a movie and being responsible for characters. It's another to direct the film. And I thought I would be able to do it, and I was, but it was really difficult. So I faked it till I made it.
Maybe you could make the bear salivate.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add slobber. Slobber.
Some drool.
Drool. I just want to add a few highlights in here.
How do you do some wet effects such as tears or drool?
It really has to do with glint. Twitch question: do I know offhand the anatomical details of the teeth and how they are different for different animals, or do you look at it reference while working on it? I know generally, but I try to get as much reference as I can. For instance, here I'm doing the teeth. I stylize it quite a bit, but I'm looking at this. So I've got these teeth to look at, and like I said, I stylize it quite a bit. But this is what I'm using for reference. So I try to have the reference in my possession.
In your possession.
In my possession.
Possession. Blood on the fangs, fangs and teeth, or stains.
Man, you people are sick.
Well, it's Halloween.
Yeah, it's a good idea, actually.
Oh yeah, blood.
Did someone write that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
Blood everywhere. Did you help design characters in Brother Bear, or do directors not do that?
I did initial designs. And then the animators came on and finished the designs.
So you did like the basic, like this is what the basics of what I want it to be, and then the other guys refined it.
Yeah, but only a lot of times the directors don't because I have a background in it.
Yeah.
I did a lot of drawing for the movie.
So you basically used the skills that you've learned to help with the crew.
Yes. Yes, sir. All right, so now I'm going to go in and really hit some of these bright areas.
They're gored up, Aaron.
Gored up.
Gored up. It's like it's Halloween or something. Bears have such wickedly awesome skulls.
They really, really do.
It's not my fault. It's Halloween's fault. Like, why do you guys have such nasty, gory minds? It's Halloween, dude.
There. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm just adding light as that cheek kind of turns towards the light from underneath. I'm adding brighter and brighter highlights, but I'm also wanting to show like torn up texture. It's bits of fur and bone, and so I'm just kind of hitting all of that as that comes around.
I love that you have a cute Brother Bear poster in the background, and then you're drawing a demon death bear.
Yes.
Very opposite worlds.
It really is.
That blank eye is creepy, but it seems too empty. Could there be a bit of texture or range or something? It looks like part of the canvas that didn't get drawn or colored.
Yes, I'm going to work on that. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Hold your horses.
Hold your horses, fellers. It's almost 6 a.m. in Australia, so I should probably sleep.
Oh, jeez.
You're making people stay up way too late, Dad.
Yeah.
The things that people do to learn.
Now, I'm probably going to paint some blood over this. I just want to see what it looks like with some of these white highlights.
You forgot to color in the arrows.
I didn't. I'm going to get to them.
Halloween animation favorites?
There we go. Suggestion, radioactive glowing from inside its mouth and eyes. That's a little too much. I've already got 2 light sources, and it might be a little much in my opinion, but it's an interesting idea.
I think my personal favorite Halloween, like, animation short or whatever was the one that you directed for Goofy.
Oh, yeah.
How to be a ghost.
Yeah.
How to be a ghost.
No, how to haunt a house.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. One of the lessons was how to be a ghost.
Yeah.
In the haunted house. Who painted the Brother Bear poster in the background?
I don't know. That was marketing.
Actually, you didn't answer. What was your favorite? What's your favorite Halloween animation?
My favorite Halloween animation?
Yeah, like a Halloween special short. What if it's like Looney Tunes or Disney or?
I don't know. I can't think of any offhand. What was it? Nightmare Before Christmas. I like it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Vedanta likes Nightmare Before Christmas, which I don't know. I know I'm in the minority. I'm not a huge. I like a lot of his work, but I'm not a huge Tim Burton fan. I mean, I like it. I appreciate his style, and I like him. But I'm just not a huge fan of them. I don't know. It's just not my genre. My genre. I know I shouldn't say that, but The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's definitely. You know what, Nick? That was always my least favorite. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I never liked The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I don't know why. I didn't like Charlie Brown a whole lot. I loved, during the holiday season when I was a kid, I loved Frosty, and all that stuff. I just saw a question that popped up real quick. Do I ever feel like drawing something different? I feel like I'm drawing something different today. I certainly don't usually draw dead zombie rotting bears.
Kendra Williford wrote.
Kendra Williford!
I went to a party as the dude the other night. Thought of you guys.
I am the dude, or at least I used to be when my hair was shaggier.
I'm not Mr. Lebowski.
You're Mr. Lebowski.
I'm the dude. And that's your ringtone for me. Whatever you call.
The question is, do I ever feel like drawing something entirely different? Yes. And I try to answer that calling when I can, because I tend to grow as an artist when that happens.
Will you name this Brother Bear 3 the new batch?
The new batch.
Tagline: hibernation is over. What was your experience to direct your first movie?
It was extremely difficult. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. But it was extremely satisfying as well when we got it done. And my favorite part was the crew that I worked with. We got together and we made an amazing, film, and had a great experience doing it. And I miss those people dearly. Some of my best friends, and that's the best part of making movies, is the people. You get really close. These films take a long time to make, and you tend to get very close when you're making them.
Did you ask to direct, or did they approach you with it?
They approached me. I had never thought about directing. I really wanted to work on this movie called Bears, and I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, really wanting to work on it. And so they finally said, "Well, would you like to direct it?" And so that's
when you're like, "What?"
Yeah, and at first I didn't want to, because almost every director I'd ever started with on a lot of the movies got fired as the first directors, and someone else replaced them. What clay does Disney use for the maquettes? I don't know. It changes from artist to artist. YouTube question. Hi, Aaron. Have you ever used the Clip Studio Paint software, or you always use Photoshop? I always use Photoshop. I've never used Clip Studio. Although we've been talking about it. Nick and I were talking about it just the other day. I'm going back to the. I'm sorry, I was so blunt or quick on the other question as far as the clay goes. It's some of them use Sculpey. I know a couple of the guys use Sculpey and work that way, but I don't know. I don't even know how much maquettes or clay or because so many of the people are sculpting in ZBrush and then printing them. So more blood it's too perfect. Okay, that's a YouTube comment. More blood, it's too perfect. I think I'm gonna do that over the top. And I've got some nice. Let me jump down here. Cat. Oh, it's the dog. I thought the cat was. Meow. Stencil sponge. No, don't like that one. There's a certain brush I'm looking for.
I think every drawing has an ugly stage before it gets refined. I tend to give up at this point. Any advice on pushing through this stage?
You just said it. Push through it. You got to push through. You got to know that you're going to come out the other side.
Just do it.
Yeah, you really do. You have to know that you're going to come out the other side. So let's do this. I'm going to try something. Got a new layer on top. I've got this really cool kind of dry brush. Let me open up my dynamics here. I'm going to change. I want to go to the dual brush.
Do you think that free software is undervalued?
Do I think that free software is undervalued?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Like, do you think that they're worth more than just being free?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of free software out there. So I don't know what to tell you on that. There's tons of free software out there. I don't know. Yeah, that's a too broad of a question for me. Do I think free software is undervalued? Texture. This texture isn't quite what I'm thinking.
When was the first time you got to know ZBrush?
I've never used ZBrush.
Never?
Why is this not adjusting? I don't get this. Let me change the dual brush.
This version of Photoshop you're using, this is the latest version, correct?
It is, I believe. Oh, actually, it's not the latest, because they just came out with a new one.
Do you have a favorite piece of art that you've made?
Not really. I don't really have a favorite. No, I do a lot of art. Obviously, I do art every day, pretty much, and so I just no. No.
No.
I don't have a favorite. So I'm just kind of randomly throwing in some
It looks like we've been at it for
blood textures.
about 2 hours now.
There.
Ooh, that's some nice drops of blood. Nice and bloody.
Bloody. More blood. It's too perfect. That's what I'm trying to do.
More blood. We need more gore.
I love this dry brush. This is one that I made. We have these on our website too, by the way. These dry brushes that I'm using right now.
Is that one of the ones that I made, or is that one of the ones that you made?
I think it may be one of the ones that you made.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite piece of art you made? Do the settings for each brush stay attached to that brush, or do the settings you set apply to all the brushes?
No, just the brush. Just the one brush.
Random question, but what was the earliest memory you can recall?
Wow. That is random. Being pushed in a cart down the road Probably 1970, 1970-ish. I was born in 1968, so
How to protect charcoal drawings?
well, the best way to do it is just to keep them protected, keep them under glass. I try not to spray them because that tends to change the values of what I've created. So I just try to keep them under glass. Aaron, I have a question that I have always wondered: how many work on one movie? Like, for example, how many people worked on The Lion King? It tends to be between about 350 and 500 people that work on an animated film. So here, I'm just kind of going in and hitting certain areas.
Who is your personally favorite traditional artist?
I've got too many. Joaquin Sorolla is probably my favorite painter, along with John Singer Sargent. Alive today, I'm really a huge fan of a painter named Jeremy Lipking. He's an incredible painter. Lucian Freud, who I think just died. I really love his figure paintings. I don't want to overdo this. I think I'm overdoing the red just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it too much.
What is your take on Chuck Jones as a director and as an artist?
He's the king. He was absolutely the king.
Are you dressing up for Halloween this year?
I am not. But I'm giving out full-size candy bars. We are the Cool House. We give out full-size candy bars at our house. All right.
My 3-year-old just walked in. That's a creepy, creepy bear, Dad.
It is. It's really creepy. Sorry, kid. Sorry, kid.
Sorry, kid, but this is the meaning of life. Have you tried the Grut brushes?
No, Groot. Is it Groot?
It's spelled G-R-U-T.
Yeah, I think they call him Groot, though. I haven't tried them.
Groot.
Twitch question. Hello, Mr. Blaise. It's my first time in your stream, and I'm loving it. Cheers. May I ask, in a project similar to the time span of this one you're working on, do you have a favorite stage of it? Yes, this stage right here, where I'm kind of finding it, finding the final image, refining it, adding some, the final details, really getting the light to pop. That to me is, the most fun. Adding textures.
Have you pitched?
I got one more question. Sorry, Dustin. YouTube comment. There's a lot of things I can't get my own reference for. African wildlife, blah, blah, blah. If I want to draw or paint things like this commercially, what are my options? Well, you can buy photos from other from photographers. You can go, if it's something you feel strongly about, then get to Africa. That's what I did. The worst thing to do is plagiarize. Don't go on Google Images and start pulling images from Google. First of all, you won't learn the right way doing that, and second, it's plagiarism. Now you can change them quite a bit, but you really have to be adept at their anatomy. And if you're adept at their anatomy, then you might not be needing the Google images. So it's hard to say.
Have you pitched a storyboard?
Oh yeah, I pitched lots of storyboards, hundreds. I have pitched many storyboards.
Is it better to work for a big studio at first or try different small studios?
That's entirely up to you. That's not a question I can answer because it's some people thrive in smaller studios and some people don't. So it's really a question only you can answer. And I don't know what to tell you.
Do you like Frank Frazetta?
I love Frank Frazetta. He was one of my early influences when I was first drawing, as a kid, really getting into fantasy and all of that. I loved looking at Frank's work.
How long would you spend on a painting normally? And do you come across art block, and how do you overcome it?
I don't like to spend any more than 6 or 7 hours on a painting. I've gotten spoiled, and so I try to get that's why my style has evolved the way that it has. I have a very loose, quick style. This one I'm kind of over rendering a little bit, but and as far as art block goes, I just draw until the art block's gone.
So it was the Care Bear that went too far.
Yeah. So I'm going to render this eye a little bit.
There's a Halloween trick for trick-or-treaters to get a sprout vegetable and cover it with chocolate.
What?
A sprout vegetable and cover it with chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Are you familiar with Scott Gustafson's illustrations?
I am not.
My 1.5-year-old saw this drawing half an hour ago and uttered, "Teddy bear!" Oh, I like this title for it, the Zombear.
Oh, that's cool. I like that title too.
And that'll be the official name of the movie, Zombear. Its hibernation is over.
What do I think of Giger's work? I think Giger's work is awesome for what it is. It creeps me the hell out.
Is it Giger? I always thought it was pronounced Geiger.
It's Geiger, Giger, however you want to say it. Really creeps me out.
Yeah, it was his artwork that inspired for the alien art
Yes.
creation.
Yep. You are correct.
Can you tell us a short Halloween story, Aaron? Now we're wrapping up.
Short Halloween story. We're not wrapping up. But I don't have any good Halloween stories.
What was the last movie you worked on, not as a director, and how did you feel about it?
I contributed to, at least in the beginning, the new Warner Brothers movie, or not Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers made it, but Netflix is going to release it. The new Mowgli movie, which is another version of Jungle Book. And I worked very closely with Andy Serkis, and it was interesting. It was. I don't know if they kept my designs. I did the initial designs for Baloo and Bagheera, and I did a lot of Baloo and Bagheera, and it was. I don't know how the movie came out, but I enjoyed working on those characters. I've always wanted to work on those characters.
What's the background?
Oh, title suggestion: Grizzly Bear, but Grisly. What's that, Dustin?
What's the background going to be?
Oh, I don't know yet. Actually, I probably should get into the background.
Before you over detail it too much.
Yeah, I'm just adding like little bits of texture and coming off of his face.
It's still got the arrows. You still got the background.
I'm just gonna go really super simple with the background.
Just like little misty like textures in the back.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't
A
want to
scare bear
distract.
stare. I really like the really dry, chopped up looking fur around the neck.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Have you ever worked on an animation like the way Studio Ghibli does, animate as the script is still being written on the fly?
Every film we made at Disney was done that way. We're constantly making adjustments. Now, granted, we do get the script written, and then, but the script will get rewritten and rewritten and rewritten again. Patches of fur missing? That's a good idea. I mean, we've got patches of fur missing on his face.
Did you ever try an airbrush?
I was terrible at airbrush. Did you say airbrush?
Airbrush.
Yeah, I was a terrible, terrible airbrush artist. Yes.
Hairbrush.
Oh, what? What?
Airbrush.
What are you talking about?
Hairbrush. Are you good at painting with a hairbrush?
Hurts so bad. Any advice for slowing down when drawing? I find myself rushing through it and end up with messy, unclear drawings. Yes. Slow down. There. That's my advice. No, you gotta take your time. Stop. Don't rush it. You've got to take your time. And your speed will improve over time as well. If you're worried about not getting done fast enough, which you shouldn't be. It's not about the speed, it's about the quality, right? Right?
What? So I'm reading questions. What were we saying?
Nothing. No, I wasn't saying anything. Nothing of any importance.
God. What was it?
No, I said it's about the quality, not the speed.
Oh, yeah. It is indeed. As long as you don't take too long. I would like to enter Disney. I'm from Barcelona, Spain. What would be the best way? How can I get to them?
Go online. Disney has a website, and you can go through their admissions department. Not admissions, but all the information is online on their website.
Did you used to watch Bob Ross on TV when you were a kid?
I never did. I knew of him when I was, but Bob Ross was popular when I was in college and high school, so I wasn't a kid. And I was already drawing and painting and. Man, that really hurts every time I cough.
You might need to see a doctor.
I might have to do that because it's painful, man. All right. Just adding little. I'm adding little details in here.
Do you read to get inspired for character and story design?
I write when I'm doing that to get inspired. I try to write my characters as much as I can.
Have you planned any open events in the UK? Please come to Scotland. Dustin can practice his accent.
We don't have anything planned yet. We're gonna come to the UK in April, and if we have time, definitely we'd like to go to Scotland. Scotland's.
I would love to go to Scotland.
Yeah.
But
Well, currently we've got Dublin on our list, and then we're going to be going into Manchester, England, and then London, and then after that we head out to Seville, Spain.
Yeah, the Dublin Ireland through to England. I'm part of that trip, but then after that, you guys are going to Spain while Steve and I are flying back home, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to do another layer of shadow over this.
Have you ever got involved in a D&D groups?
No, I have not. I've done artwork for them, but I've never gotten involved with the D&D group. Have you, Dustin?
Huh?
Have you?
Been part of any D&D?
Yeah.
I know friends that were in a D&D. I never got into it personally. When it comes to RPG kind of stuff, I never quite got into them too much. I was more of like just give me like in real life, just give me a paintball or airsoft gun, just take me out to the field, not like sitting around going. You're a knight going through this hallway. You find a skeleton there.
Yeah.
I look at it. I mean, I can understand.
We have RPG people listening, so don't.
Oh, I know.
It may have not been your thing.
Bad about it. Like, it brings out the imagination and everything. It's just, personally, not my cup of tea.
Gotcha. Let's rotate. YouTube question: Have I ever experienced a ghost encounter before? That's an interesting question. There's only one encounter that I had that I don't know what it was, and it was very interesting. It was a glowing kind of thing out in the forest where I lived. Yeah, it's hard to. I don't know what it was, and it was where there was an old native living mound down in the Everglades, and and it was this glowing thing there. I don't know. I can't explain it other than that. And then I ended up, then it just slowly faded and disappeared, and then I left quickly.
What about visiting Wales? There's great animation courses there, and they would love a visit from you.
Sure, but I need an invite. I'm not sure who. I don't know where to go or who to see. If you guys have suggestions, then throw us suggestions at support@creatureartteacher.com, and we'll definitely take them under consideration. Speaking of Creature Art Teacher, just remember, we've got our sale going on, and today is our last day for the Ronnie Williford really good deal, 45% off of his new plein air painting course. We've also got a big Halloween sale going on, and if you guys are watching this, if you type in Monster Mash as a promo code, you'll get an extra 10% off just for watching us today.
10%?
Yes, you will.
Oh.
On top of the all the savings that you're already getting because of the sale. When are we going to see a paint off between Dustin and Aaron?
I would lose.
Never. You're never going to see that.
I'll do a paint off if he and I do a video gaming duel.
Yeah, right.
Mario Kart. We'll make it easy. Because we actually did that a few times when I was little, when we had a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that was fun. So I'm just adding little textures here and there, finishing this out.
How long does the promo code last again? Tomorrow?
Yeah, well, through Halloween.
Oh, through Halloween. Okay, I travel home for 40 minutes, return, and this looks awesome.
Thank you.
What signs should artists be wary of that might indicate they are too influenced by their role models?
Say that again?
What signs should artists be wary of that might indicate they are too influenced by their role model?
I don't know. That's a weird question. Sorry. That's just I don't know. I don't know. There's one here, a YouTube question. A little texture on the nose. If you're talking about here, there is no. That's a black hole. That's his nasal cavity.
That's his nose.
That is his nose.
Yep. There's no nose. It's gone.
It's gone. Matter of fact, I'm going to knock that back right there. I want to go in now.
Can I ask about a little more info on Aaron's visit in Manchester? Like where and when is it going to be?
Right now, we're working with another company, and it might be private. We're gonna maybe try to do something a little bit more on our own. We're not sure yet, so we have to. I've got to wait on that before I can talk much more about it.
People are still asking for drool.
Oh yeah, drool.
Drool and slobber and slime.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Dripping blood and
Bull.
How do you start writing for your characters? Do you start with dialogue ideas, looks, or quirks?
Starts with story. So what's the story? And then it goes to how does the character support that story? And whoops. That's where it starts. And then I get into dialogue and, experimental storyboarding. Let's go down in here. I want a kind of bloody drool. Whoa, did you say bloody drool?
Oh. What's your favorite animal to draw? I personally think we're looking at it, but
yeah, bears and big cats, that sort of thing. I love bears and big cats. Connective slobber between the teeth. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that right now. Are there pre-production decisions about overall characters acting? For example, all the secondary robot characters should move very mechanically or human-like, but more rigid. Yeah, I mean, we do that a lot. We'll talk about characters and that sort of thing, but a lot of discoveries are made, during the production period as well, because you get new people that have come on at different times, and they're going to be adding to the whole process, right? So, there's pre-production intent on things, but then there's sorry, hold on. But then, like I said, there's discoveries that are made along the way.
seeing his breath would add another layer of detail and depth.
Breath.
Like a cold, misty breath.
But he's dead. Is he really breathing?
That's a good point. I'm just the messenger. Are you going to be doing anything with the empty eye socket?
No, I'm going to leave it dark black.
Don't forget the Arizon's back.
No, I won't. I won't forget. I'll go in there right now, actually.
So it looks like me when my husband tries to wake me up before my alarm. Must give coffee. Do you use use your creatureartteacher.com website for your portfolio, or do you have a separate website for that?
No, I don't keep. I mean, my website has a lot of my work, but I don't keep a
Portfolio.
proper portfolio just because I'm not out searching for jobs. But if you go to Creature Art Teacher, you can see some of my stuff in the galleries that we have on there.
No, for sure. This is basically how I look before coffee. Oh, there we go. I was missing some green in there.
Yes,
There we go.
yes.
Is there work as a portraitist?
Portrait artist?
Yeah, portrait artist.
Is there?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Is there?
Of course.
There's usually a job for any sort of artist.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of artists out there making a living as portrait artists. You got to be good, though. I tell you that. You got to be really good.
It's not a portrait artist, it's a portraitist.
Yes. But you got to be good.
Oh, sure. This guy just needs a hug.
Yes.
Talking about the bear. All it needs is love.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
There we go, brother.
There we go. Crunch.
Oh, that's a overlay line. There we go.
Yeah, we don't want the overlay.
No. All right. We're coming down to the wire here.
Yep, we're almost at 3:30.
I got to work on this paw a little bit. Let me work on that.
And
Maybe a
speaking
greener
of
hue
that,
to make it more zombie-like. Would you mind showing your work layers? I've got a whole bunch of layers. Yeah, I will. I will go over the work layers. But let me. I'm not gonna do right now another. I'm not gonna change the hue because that's gonna like require me to kind of repaint everything. Although I might try an overlay. Hold on, I might be able to do something like that. Just to see.
Are you going to be adding any motion blur to any of this?
I wasn't. I was thinking about it. I might. I might. I might. I might. I smite.
Do you think it's dangerous to enter in the comfort zone when you start enjoying certain types of drawings?
I don't know what that means. Say that again.
Do you think it's dangerous to enter in the comfort zone when you start enjoying certain types of drawings?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm not quite
Like once
understanding.
you find a certain style, you just stick to that instead of experimenting with other things.
Oh.
Do you think it's better to continue on?
Well, I
with
think
that, or?
I think it's okay to stick there. You know, stay in there for a while. Sure. I mean, it's comfortable, right?
I mean, it would be better to once in a while to break out of that zone just to keep yourself on your toes. But other than that, I mean, if you found your style, then I say stick with the style.
No, I mean, I've got a style, but I like to experiment with other styles.
Yeah.
You know. Work layers. Let's look at the work layers. What is this layer? What was this one? Oh, I don't need that.
Have you worked on games?
Very, very little. I did some work on some video games that with Disney way back in the day with Sega, with the Lion King game and Aladdin, but nothing to really say that I did video game work.
I wonder if this is Papa Bear just eating Goldilocks.
Maybe a greener hue. Maybe a greener hue. Okay, I got you. Who inspired you the most as a young artist? I had a lot of inspiration from different animal artists. Those were my main inspiration when I was a kid. And then as I became a professional, my mentor, Glenn Keane, was my main inspiration. He really drove me to become the artist that I've become as a professional. There we go. Okay, so let's go down through some of these. There's no particular order because I just kind of added layers as I went. But let's, I started off with the drawing layer, very rough sketch like so. And then I tied it down with a drawing over the top like so. We added local color, just throwing in color, wanted to see, you know, just get it laid in. Here's a background. I threw the background in. And I'm going to go ahead and add that so you can just see how that goes. There's the arrows. And then once I did that, then I started looking for the shadows. I wanted it to be underlit. Someone suggested underlighting, so I thought that was an interesting idea. So we did that. And then the next layer was to start finding the bright hot areas with it being set to overlay. Here I found some deeper, darker shadows with another setting of multiply. Right here I added, this is where it really starts to come to life, I added that rim-lit moonlight to give it more depth and form. Here I started adding some of the light underneath, getting lit. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Lighting it underneath. Someone suggested splattered blood, so we needed a little bit more blood. Here I'm adding a few more details. More shadow. I wanted that area to be darker. I don't want, right here, it was feeling like it was too detail-y everywhere. Here I added more highlights on the rim lighting, the moonlight. Right here is the slobber. There's the arrows. Shadows on the arrows. And just a couple of other little details there. So those are all my layers kind of brought back for you. And I'm going to go in and soften some of these now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to put them into a folder. I'm going to take that folder and I'm going to copy it. And I am going to, let me do this first. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this layer and this layer and I'm going to combine them. And then I'm going to blur that a little bit. So I'm going to go into my Gaussian blur. And just, yeah, I think maybe that much. It actually feels pretty good. Maybe a little bit. There we go. Right there. I want to go into this background sketch and get rid of some of that extra drawing there. That's kind of distracting. And now I'm going to close that folder up. And then I'm going to, let's see here. I want to merge it. I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to flatten that. I'm going to merge that group. So now I've got all of that. If I turn this off, I've got everything on one layer right there. I still have my other group broken up into layers, so that's okay. But I've got this, and what I want to do is I want to start losing some edges. I want to give it some motion. I want to give it some grunge. So I'm going to, down here, actually I need to get my smudge tool. And there's some interesting textures. Oh, that's too much. Let me drop that way down. You're awfully quiet, Dustin.
Well, you're constantly talking. When was the last time you painted an insect?
Oh, I don't know. That was a long time ago. I just haven't done it in a while. So I'm using my smear tool with one of my texture brushes and just adding a little texture as I go here. But what I want to do here even more is I've got a brush, one of my foliage brushes. It's up here. Where is it? Sorry guys, hold on. I don't have it categorized, so I have to search for it. And since the brushes change, I used to know where it was when I was using the old version of Photoshop, but now I've changed it, and it's coming up. It's coming up. Doggone it. There's the hair.
So I said your voice could work as a bear voice in an animation.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it's this one. There we go. So when I use this grass brush, when I use it on the smear mode, it creates a really great. If I blow this up, you can see it creates some interesting lost edges. And that's kind of what I want to do right now. I want to lose some of these edges. Just to give it a little bit more interest. Have I saved? Yes, I have saved.
In your new course painting infield, actually this is hard to read.
Boy, Dustin, you're fizzling out. You all right?
Oh, I'm fine.
There we go. So I'm trying to, you can see, it has a great effect in losing some of these edges. I'm going to get that grunge in here too in a minute. So I want to lose some of this. There we go, brother. I have saved. Yes, I have saved. What you doing, Dustin?
I'm looking for questions. There's a couple really confusing ones. I'm just
Oh,
too confusing to ask.
if it's too confusing, then move on.
That's why I'm looking. From the light on the left, do you think he needs more shadow from his front incisor on his fur?
Oh, well, the light's coming. Yeah, maybe. It could, probably.
Will you be doing a writing for animation course?
We do have a course on story, which applies to animation by Chuck Williams. Chuck and I worked together for 25 years, developing ideas, and Chuck was originally an editor, and then he became a producer, and we worked together as director and producer for Brother Bear and various other projects that we worked on. And Chuck's come up with a really great approach to story and how he writes, and we really liked it. So I asked him to put together a course for the website, and so he did. And I really recommend it. It's story with Chuck Williams, and it's great. It's not storyboarding, so don't think it's storyboarding. It's just literally writing and what to think about when you write your characters or write your stories and your characters.
Aaron does a great Hulk Hogan impression, brother.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother.
What type of computer do I use? My Windows Surface is very laggy. I'm using a Mac Pro, and it's not laggy.
How much is a print of this?
7.
7.
No, I don't know. I haven't even thought about making prints yet. I don't know how big they're going to be. I don't know. But it's been fun to create. I'll tell you that. So you can see losing some of these edges. It really kind of gives it some drama. Now I'm going to grab. Let's see here. What was it? Grunge. I want to get some of my grunge texture. And I keep it on this creature, Forest Creature 2. I had all my grunge textures in a folder, and I re-categorized everything a while back, and they all got put in a different folder somewhere, and I have no idea. So I did find this creature that I did that has my grunge texture on it. So I'm going to use it there.
Is there a movie you regretted working on?
No, I don't think there's ever been a film that I've regretted working on. There's some that I wish would have come out better, for sure, but nothing that I've ever regretted. Oh yeah, see, I love that grunge. That grunge is nice.
Yeah, definitely adds that Halloween texture to it.
Yeah.
Do you like sitting on a bus or train or even a plane and just watch humans being humans?
I do, and then I get disgusted sometimes.
What is the role of an assistant art director?
A lot of it is it's a technical job a lot of times. Yeah, I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just going in and cleaning up some of the areas here. And I think what I'm going to do also, I don't think I want that paw to stand out much more than it is. I'm going to try doing some gradients just to push it even darker.
Do you have any experience of losing progression while working for forgetting to save?
Say that again?
Have you had any experience of losing progress while working on a project because you forgot to save?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
And I think everybody's had that happen.
Yeah, everybody's had that happen at some time or another. Brother. All right, so I'm just going to throw in a few details here, and then I'm going to do a couple of little things that I think are going to be kind of cool.
If you made prints of this, I would buy one for sure.
Well, Nick probably should do some prints.
I think we should, brother.
Brother. Hey, brother, we should do some prints.
Hurts my voice to do that. Brother. It tickles my vocal cords.
Green Elf Grunge is the best grunge. Green Elf Grunge. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up.
Well, I think might have been the elf that you were.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that I already did. Sorry. I'm an idiot.
Because the elf is green and it's an elf.
Just adding a few textures. This looks really nice. VHS cover art. Hey, you could print it as a retro movie poster. Oh, I could, couldn't I? That would be kind of cool.
With that classic like 1930s horror font, the Zombear.
Yeah. I'm going to soften some of the eye here.
And with the little tag, hibernation's over.
Hibernation's over, brother.
Hibernation's over, brother.
Look at Nick just said. It's Macho Man. Is it Macho Man?
I love that. Now, my favorite shake is the arm wrestle style handshake between Arnold and what's his name, who plays as Dylan in Predator.
Oh yeah.
Just the two giant muscles just.
Yeah.
What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils? if not being an artist, what would you be doing instead?
I'd be a musician.
I can see that.
I always wanted to be a professional musician if I was not an artist. Okay, so I'm digging this. I've got, there's a splatter brush. Sorry guys, I got to go on the search for another brush. Where the heck is it? It's in this group.
I've heard Dustin say Cowboy Bebop in past live streams. What other animes are you guys into, and have you watched any together? We watched Studio Ghibli films together.
Yeah.
Like Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. But I think I've only showed the one Cowboy Bebop episode to him. Dad's not really much into TV anime. Like, that's more my thing. And I'm more into like the late 80s, like early mid 90s animes, like Outlaw Star, Bebop, of course, the Gundam franchise. I've gone into later animes, like or more modern animes, like Odd Noah Zero is one of my favorites currently.
Man, I know I went past it. There's a great splatter brush that I have, and I can't find it. I haven't reorganized my brushes since I upgraded my Photoshop, and the order of my brushes got all messed up, so I apologize. Oh, here it is.
Oh, and Trigun. Trigun's one of my all-time favorites as well. Is this stream available to rewatch later?
There, see how cool that splatter is? Yes, this will be available to watch later.
I like that.
You see there?
I see there.
Just little splatters right there. Just a little.
Is that one of your brushes?
No, this is one a friend of mine gave me. Yeah, see there? Oh yes, I like this. All right, now we're getting somewhere. We're gonna hit a nice finish here. Don't want to go too overboard with it, but it works well when I work over like a dark area, maybe a little bit inside his eye. Ugh. Ooh, that right off the paw looks kind of good. That one bright red. What do you think of that?
So what?
His claws should be metal. That is super random.
Claws should be metal. Heavy metal, brother. I've noticed that you really like to add shadows from the right slanting down to the left.
I think it's just because of my I just tend to do that.
The rest of it went, is it politically motivated or just unconscious?
Well, if it's no, I'm not going to get into it.
I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, it's your usual thing. It's kind of like how a lot of times whenever I make a character drawing, like his body's facing towards the left of the screen, but the head is looking towards the right.
Yeah.
That's like the thing that I always do. It's always like hand on hip sort of deal. Like one hand on the hip, one arm down, and it's always like this very similar pose.
Freddy Krueger. There was a French film. What was it called? It was like martial arts, but it was Victorian. Was it something of the wolf? I can't remember what it's called. But it turned out it was a lion that was all like made to look horrible, and there was all these killings in this French countryside, and I was just looking at the Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger hand.
hand that Nick sent through, and it was it reminded me of that. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Brotherhood of the Wolf.
How long ago was the movie?
Oh, I can't remember. It was really cool. It was a really cool movie.
Somebody made an official name, Teddy Kruger.
Teddy Kruger, nice.
For the bear.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that. I way overdid that. I used the wrong
Greg Mullen said that
thing.
design courses often teach students that it looks better to shade on diagonal.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yes, it is Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Brotherhood of the
early
Wolf.
2000s.
Yes, it's a really cool movie, and I just realized this creature kind of reminds me of that creature, except it had all kinds of like.
Looks like it's from Brotherhood of the Wolf.
brother. All right, so now what I want to do is add Lapse de Lapse.
So in the early question that you answered that you would be a musician, if you were a musician, what kind of music would you play?
You know, I don't know. I like a lot of music. I really love blues, guitar-driven stuff.
Yeah, I usually hear you do a
But
lot.
I love classical guitar too.
Oh, yeah.
It would definitely be guitar.
Definitely guitar, but quite often you do blues, especially the slide.
Yeah. Delta blues type stuff I really love.
Have I watched The Troll Hunter? Not the Netflix cartoon, but the live action movie.
Yes, I have seen it.
I personally have not.
It's pretty cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's the it's set in Denmark, is it?
I think it's Norway.
Norway.
Is it Norway? Yeah.
It's like these students are
Yes.
are recording everything. It's like all hand cam style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a trailer for it, and yeah, it looks cool. I just haven't I haven't watched it yet, but I think I should.
So here I'm just going in and kind of brightening up a few areas with the color dodge, where I want your attention to go. And I'm going to let other areas kind of fade out.
Well, Troll Hunter was Finnish, I think.
Oh, finish. Okay.
From Finland. In a lift in Finland. Are you a Joe Bonamassa fan?
I am. Matter of fact, I saw Joe Bonamassa in concert with my good friend Ronnie Williford and his wife Paula Williford. And they came here and they fell in love with the area so much because they were in Texas at the time that they ended up moving here.
It was actually a Norwegian movie, not a Finnish. It's Norwegian. So you said it was Norwegian.
I'm sorry.
Norwegian. I believe that.
There.
This is Brotherhood of the Bear, not to be mistaken for Brother Bear.
Yeah. What happens if I do this?
Is there going to be a new how to draw tutorial?
There will be. Yeah. I'm going to add some texture, color dodge like this.
He's like Mordvu and Blaise. How does it feel knowing when you started you had no idea what you're even going to draw?
Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, you don't know what you're going to draw, and here we are 2 hours later. 3 hours later. Oh my gosh, it's almost 4.
Yeah.
This is still 3 hours isn't too bad for what we've done.
Yeah.
So I'm adding some textures now with my splatter brush set to color dodge. There, get some in there.
And the Troll Hunters was Norwegian. It was filmed in Norway. It was filmed there and used Norwegian actors.
Does the nostril area need additional underlighting detail? You know what? Let's try it. I'm not sure if it does or not, but let's try it.
The bear not only looks vicious, in a way it looks frightened too.
Yeah, I kind of wanted it to be kind of tragic.
If you could make another movie, what would it be? Except for the bear.
It would be Tembo. Or King of the Elves. That was one I was working on at Disney when I left, but I never got to finish.
I would love to be part of a Lightning Catcher.
Lightning Catcher is another one I would love to make, yes. I'm not sure if this is right or not. Maybe a little bit there, like that. That's not too bad. Well, there we go. That's our Halloween Scare Bear.
Save it.
Save it. Save.
Bag it and tag it. Or at least try to bag it. I don't think we have a big enough bag for it.
I'm going to hit some of this color here. There. There we go. That was long, man.
It was. Lower jaw seems twisted to the left.
It is twisted to the left.
Yeah.
We did that on purpose. We broke his jaw. We purposely twisted it to the left. But this is it. This is our... Let me turn it around. Rotate it. Yeah, that's our scary Halloween bear. Scary Halloween bear.
Yep. Save it. Sign it.
You know what it needs, though? It does need a little saucing.
It needs a signature.
Just to show that this is... To show that this is... the inside of his nose. Just a little bit more. I want to...
12 hours later.
I want to show that septum in there. Sign it and save it. I think Nick's getting... I'm beat. This is a long one. There, that helps. I think that helps a little bit. What do you think? Adding that little...
I like it.
Yeah, that little bit of septum.
I approve.
You just want me to finish.
It looks awesome. I like it. I like it a lot.
Hit the sale. Oh, yeah. All right, let me hit this. Let me finish this really quick.
Hit the sale.
Just want to hit a couple more details. So once again, I want to reiterate before I go off the air that we've got a sale going on, and today is the last day with Ronnie Williford and his plein air painting course. It's an awesome course. Ronnie is one of the best plein air painters I know, and he's put together a very extensive, over 10-hour course on plein air painting. And the sale today is the last day of the sale, and it's going to be full price starting tomorrow. We release it. So I really recommend checking out. Go to creatureartteacher.com, and if you can put up Creature Art Teacher.
This is your faces again.
Oh, sorry.
Hang on, let me make this quick, if I may borrow the mouse real quick.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, so creatureartteacher.com, and once again, remember, if you guys are watching, go over to Creature Art Teacher, and we've got this Halloween sale going on. And if you type in Monster Mash, I think the mouse is upside down.
Oh yeah, it was.
If you go to Creature Art Teacher and take advantage of the sale, the Halloween sale that we're doing right now, if you type in Monster Mash as a promo code, you'll get an additional 10% off of the sale that's already going on. So it's a pretty good deal. So once again, check out Ronnie's course on plein air painting. It's fantastic. I've watched it. I love it. We wouldn't be putting it out unless it was top shelf material. You know, it's top shelf, top drawer. Socks and underwear. It's the best. Oh, it's really good. And we love it. And then Sorry, I'm hitting.
What are you doing?
My brain's shorting out. And then if you get to the website, creatureartteacher.com, we've got the Halloween sale going on. And if you type in Monster Mash, you'll get an additional 10% off of the sale that's already going on. So check it out. So thanks a lot, you guys. I really had a great time creating this. I probably will never create another thing like this again until next Halloween, because it's not my it's not my bag, baby.
No, it's really not.
But this was fun.
Yeah.
I have to admit, it was fun. You can just kind of just let your imagination go. I got to sign it though. I do have to sign it.
You do. That's very important.
Yeah. So let's do this. There we go, right along the bottom. I don't like it right there. No, don't like it right there. I don't like it. Put it right over here. All right, so there's our creepy Halloween bear, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was this is a lot of fun. I hope you learned something, through some of the color dodge, some of the multiplying, overlay, all the stuff that we did today to help, get this image to look the way it is. There's a lot there's a lot of different techniques that you can do digitally in Photoshop that can help you achieve this. So that was a lot of fun. Anyway, I think we're going to be back on Tuesday.
Thursday.
Oh yeah, today's Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Duh. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to a new stream.
We'll be back Thursday, day after Halloween. Tomorrow's Halloween. Go out and have some fun. Take your kids out. Go eat lots of candy. I know we're going to be handing out a lot of candy. And go out and put some beauty back in the world. And do something nice for somebody. And go paint a pretty picture. And with that, I will see you guys on Thursday. I have no idea what we're going to do. It might be animation related because I'm neck deep in trying to get my animation course done.
Don't forget to put your shopping cart away.
And don't forget to put your shopping cart away when you go out and buy all that candy that you're going to give away tomorrow. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me today. This was a lot of fun. And I will see you guys in a couple of days on Thursday. Dustin?
See you guys. Happy Halloween and cowboy bebop.